I'm in Cheshire and we're going to be talking about past life vintage treasures at the moment. Many of you know, if you follow me on Facebook, you know that I have just opened a little stall, booth, shop, emporium, whatever you want to call it, in Dagfield's Antique Centre near Nantwich in Cheshire. Now, what has caused me to do this is, like many of us, our parents pass away, and what do? The older they are, the more vintage treasures they had. So I have decided to open a little emporium within the Dagfields Antique Centre. If you go over there, I am unit 28, and you will recognise mine because it is bright yellow with vintage 1930s. It's the thumbnail picture for this video. It's 1950s vintage kitchen units that were in the garage, but now they're very, very collectible. And where's today's little strange thing I found? The weirdest thing is, I never played with this as a child. Have you ever seen these? Apparently, they're really collectible. Someone is selling one for £130. I have put mine at a princely sum of 50. So, and you just wind them up and it hops along. So I don't know whether I should show you now because I can't multitask, but not my thing, but might be somebody else's thing. And so, what do we do to honor other people's objets d'art and possessions? And this is the big journey I am personally on at the moment. So I'm here, there, and everywhere. I am seeing clients, and as many of you know, I'm really, really looking forward to my workshop at the Chalice Well on the 22nd of June. I keep mentioning it. I will put a link below to it. It's listed on all events. It's on my website, but the minutiae detail about the event is on all events. So it's Solstice Soul Freedom Retreat Day in the afterglow of the solstice. So if you're interested in that, do have a look and read. There's lots of guided journey work, beautiful small group, but not a big group, a small group. And at this moment in time, I don't know for you, but this is in some ways the most challenging time. Yes, I may have overdone it with the blusher. I don't have to worry about my parents because they have twinkled on. But now I have to rehome their treasures, and that is huge. That is why, as you see in the car, I'm just full of plastic boxes. I take them to the antique place that I've set up my little booth, quite enjoying a little bit setting it up. I've always... some of you who maybe knew me from way back in the day, when I lived in London in Sloane Square, here's a little insight I've maybe never told anybody. And I think it's about our reincarnations within ourselves. I do think inside me, as in maybe inside some of you, is a frustrated shopkeeper. And when I lived in Sloane Square in London, I decided that if I saw this beautiful jewelry ever for sale, I would buy it. I bought a piece in Aires, the village of Aires in the south of France, and if I ever met the distributor or the designer, I would buy it. And it was called Michael Negrid, and I have some beautiful pieces, and I still have them actually, and they're beautiful. I didn't sell everything, and it was high-end costume jewelry back in the day, before Monsoon existed. It was all the entrepreneurial spirit, which lies in many of us. Many of us have an entrepreneurial spirit, and I certainly do, and I'm sure some of you do. And we just look across to the countryside there because this is my favourite spot. I like the energy portal here. I like where we are. So I want to help you to understand your own soul through my journey, which is your journey as well. So as you know, I see one-to-one clients, but with going back to opening this little stall. So I had a shop in my flat when I lived in London, and it was an exclusive shopping club called the Chelsea Princess Shopping Club because it was the early 90s, and people would come to join the shopping club, and we'd have beautiful pashminas, beaded things, very bejeweled. I mean, this is very vintage old thing, but it was very bejeweled. This is actually monsoon, I think. But it was just when monsoon was kicking off, and I did it and I enjoyed it, and we all enjoy things. But with these reincarnations within a lifetime, you know, you're going through many incarnations now. And for me personally, and I offer up the same question to you, when you're left with your loved ones' treasures, your childhood home, some of you, your parents moved a lot and you didn't end up, you know, when you stopped in your childhood home, but I have ended up in my childhood home. And it's a very healing journey. It's a healing of the inner child, and it's processing deep, deep stuff. So it's very powerful. And I have a lot more to share around that. And of course, I'm also looking forward to speaking at Kerry Cassidy's Awake and Aware conference, which is, I think, the 5th and 6th, or the 5th, 6th and 7th, whichever is the weekend. I think it's the 5th and 6th of July in Watford in London. Love that conference. It's a great conference. Sadly, Miles Johnson has had to cancel or postpone his conference, which was the weekend before. So it would have been a busy 3 weekends. Like this weekend, we've got Father's Day. So it's quite an emotion coming up, this is my first Father's Day without my father. So that will be emotional on Sunday, I'm sure. But, you know, my dad lived a long life, as many of you know. And so, you know, with the energies on the planet now, you know, we have to align with our own truth. And my truth is not the same as other people's truths. And sometimes I feel my own truth is maybe overshadowed sometimes by the people I collaborate with, because we don't talk about certain subjects when we collaborate, you know, like we don't talk about light language. And yet I'm very passionate about sound frequencies and healing and light language. And that's a huge part of the work that I do. And so I don't want to not speak about it. I don't not want to share that knowledge and depth and information. And I feel that in some of the collaborations, it's a conflict of interest with the other people that the person interviews and supports and promotes, and that causes them a little bit of a conflict, because I'm not on the same page as the other people that they interview and they collaborate with. And I think they probably would like it if we were all on the same page, but we're not on the same page. And I think we have to celebrate our differences. And I think it's great to agree to disagree with people. I think it's a very healthy and professional situation to say, you know, I don't agree with you. I think, you know, how you're promoting awakening or spirituality, I don't resonate with that. You know, I have some question marks around that, but I support to your nth degree your opportunity to share your truth as I share my truth. Oh, the sun is coming. Look, let's share this. Hold on, let me just put this down. You know, my videos are not very professional of late, because I'm just on the hoof a lot, you know. The roulette of wheel life stopped with me having to deal with my parents' legacy. And unfortunately, my parents, as you've heard me speak many times, they're hoarders, you know, and they lived a very, very long life, because they were my dad was 98, my mum was 91. So I'm left with the legacy. And that is causing me to have to stop my own life and integrate this. And of course, when people pass away, it's never convenient. It's like, oh, well, could you have done it then or then? But I kind of sensed this was coming. So I made a lot of preparation for this space. But of course, it still catches you emotionally off guard. It's a lot more work than I anticipated. I'm glad that I'm doing it in the, you know, the light weather, because it gives me more hours a day to do that work. So does anybody, I'm sorry, I've had to start wearing, I think it's linked to the Wi-Fi a lot. I've had to wear little goggles recently. very unfortunate person is, do you know what? Some of you, I don't even know why you're watching my videos, because you're not interested in what I'm saying, and you're just highlighting your own infantile, childish, immature ways. And I can only hope that you're less than 5, because your behavior is like you're less than 5. So yeah, bye bye for now. So everyone else, thank you for listening. Thank you for your gracious, kind comments. I can't delete these people right now because I actually don't know how to do it in a live. But they're obviously inappropriate, so let's ignore them. Let's not give them any attention, because that's all they want. They definitely need a lot of inner child healing to be done. So with that, just saying, I'm up north and going back to Glastonbury on Sunday. So I shall be back in Glastonbury, have the workshop at the Chalice Well. I will put the link below on the 22nd of June. That's when it is, at the Chalice Well. Big guided journey work. I'm going home to just regroup, relax for a few days, and then prepare to share with you all there. So I'm looking forward to that. So much love and many blessings for now. It's just a housekeeping catch up. So much love. Bye for now.